offender to myself. I got my eating disorder and addictive personality.
Hi, we are back with our first guest, and she's bilingual in her name. It's
Mireille Leroy.
here, you speak in here.
It's Mireille Leroy.
And so parlez-vous français?
Oui,
Je parle un petit peu français, you know.
je parle français et créole.
I think of Creole as food. I put everything back to food, you know. Creole, you know. So, are you from Haiti?
I am from Haiti. I was born in Haiti, and I left Haiti when I was 9. And I did all my schooling here in America, in the U.S. I lived in New York. And I also had the privilege of being joined the service. I was a veteran. Well, I'm still a veteran.
Wow.
And I went back to Haiti following the earthquake. Although prior to the earthquake, I was visiting anyway, because I do still have family there. And so following the earthquake, I went back to Haiti to visit and actually be an actual witness as to what's the, what's going on. And I made several trips after that, and it's obvious that something needed to be done. And I needed to make a difference, real difference, visible difference in the lives of many that are like victims. So what I did is I founded an organization which is called Yes We Can for Progress. I borrowed that Yes We Can from the president.
Yeah, sounded familiar.
Yeah, he says yes we can, but then again I needed to add something to it, and that is progress. In other words, we need that turnaround chance. And that's basically what Yes We Can for Progress is doing with the children of Haiti. And Jufai, that's where we are. We're not in Port-au-Prince. And I started out with 20 girls. We now have 140 girls.
Well, how old are they?
We have from age 3 to 16.
Wow.
Okay, and the idea behind it is to really let them understand it's not over. There's always a chance to turn around and make a difference, not only in the lives of others and their own individual lives. And this is what we've been doing. And
How often do you go down there?
well, now I'm going not as often as I used to. We'll be going back in July. But since the earthquake, I think I'm in like 9 trips already.
And how do you pay for that?
Well, at the beginning, initially...
Because I want to go, but I'm just not able to just pick up and go. But I would go with you and help if I could.
love that. I'm encouraging everyone to
I
go.
would love
Initially, it was simply out of pocket, because I'm a firm believer. I need to feel it,
Yeah.
and before I can really testify, I will not have you do anything that I have not done. Okay, so I've done it. So I know what it is, and not only do I
Like, what's it?
going to Haiti and living and staying there.
And what do you
And
do when you're there, like in a day?
What I did after the earthquake, I actually lived in a tent to know what it is to live in a tent.
Do they have cell phones?
Oh yes, they do.
So you can live in a tent with a phone?
Yes, we do have cell
There you
phones.
go. You're
We
fine.
have
Do they have like Wi-Fi? Can you
They-
do?
yes,
Yeah,
they
so
have
like you can be in the
Wi-Fi.
tent with the
Yeah,
Wi-Fi and
this
the
is the
cell
thing,
phone.
like, a lot
This
of
is
times when people say,
2012. you know?
Haiti, oh, they don't have this, they don't have
No,
that.
of course they
We
do.
are talking with people that
Of
are
course.
very resilient.
Of course.
And they want to make a difference. They want to do. Like, we have a group that's there. Thank God I met some real fantastic people here who's joining with me. SoLe has been a
Yes,
fantastic
and welcome back,
person.
SoLe. Yes, thank you for bringing.
Me. And she's bilingual. She speaks French. So
Have
that
you been to
was-
Haiti?
I have not. This will be my first trip going down
So
with them.
you're going in July?
Yeah. We're Build a Better Planet's going to be filming a special documentary about the school that Mireille founded. It's called the Mommy and Me School, and it's very special because it's the first and only sustainable school in Haiti.
Wow.
And
Do you mean post or just ever?
ever. Well, actually, the whole concept of sustainability, it doesn't really exist there. So we're really doing some groundbreaking work here. And we had a very special young lady, one of the students. She's 16 years old. Her name is Betty Nelson. She was the first ever student from DuFayet to enter the Google Science Fair project. The Science Fair competition is sponsored by Google. And her project, which they have no electricity or running water in her home, so she was going to the internet cafe to use their computer. And her project was promoting sustainability as the key to helping Haiti That is their future.
Wow.
So
Good for
when
her.
you talk about sustainability, you're talking about the business model and the actual materials that the buildings
Yes,
are.
starting with the school itself, we have one of the members of Build a Better Planet is an architect in California. His name is Andrew Wilson, and he volunteered to actually design the school and is going to be working to build it from sustainable materials. But that will also go into then teaching them sustainable farming.
So it's more like teach a man to fish rather than give the fish.
That's it.
That's the
That's
idea
it.
behind Yes
Absolutely.
We Can for Progress. It's not a matter of just giving out.
Because it never works.
It's
That's
never
right, that's
worked.
It never
We
works.
want that independence.
We
Yes,
want
the
that.
girls
We want to be
independent.
bewitched,
Exactly.
but it doesn't work.
Exactly.
Well, I know. Do, right?
And as I said, I'm encouraging others
I know. I live in a fairy tale.
I am encouraging others to go down to Haiti with us, and it's possible.
I know other people doing things as well. I mean, there's so many people that I feel. I hate to say that it's like a blessing in disguise, because none of those lives could have been. Nobody lost their life for any good reason, but people are getting more involved. I hate that something so horrible has to happen for people to wake up and say, wait a minute, those are people.
Unfortunately, what you said is being a blessing in disguise. In some ways, if you look at it,
It
is a
is.
blessing in disguise. I mean, going back to Haiti, I was going to Port-au-Prince, okay, but I never imagined
Right.
that I would be dealing with the situation that I'm presently dealing in. And there's a lot of stuff that you don't really know exists, or things that you take for granted, like, water.
Everything.
You take water for granted. You take electricity for granted.
Yeah, we
You take ice for granted.
Yeah.
And then when you go there, you see how you find little kids are doing with very little, and yet they stay joyful. They'll give
Well,
you that big
kids,
smile.
kids are smarter than
So
they don't
I've made
have.
a lot of change in my life going back and forth since the earthquake.
Good for you. Well, you are one beautiful lady, I have to say. I could just sit here and stare at you. I know, it's true. So, what's your website and how can people get in touch with you?
My website is www.yeswecanforprogress.org, and email yeswecanforprogress@aol.com. We can be reached by the website. We can be reached email, and we would love for people to actually do look at the website, get a little more detail. And we're having a fantastic event tomorrow, Friday, which I think SoLe can do more.
Sure.
Yes, it's Earth Day, so Build a Better Planet.
And it is 420.
It is 420, which actually is great because we're going to have munchies. We're going to be.
Are you always wearing green
I
for?
am. I'm at green.
Yeah,
I'm at
you
green.
always wear that green, Soleil.
So we're going to be at Delroy's Cafe, and we have a great lineup starting at 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. And Delroy's Cafe is just off of Flatbush Avenue, so you can take the Flatbush Avenue bus, or you can take
Flatbush and what? Which
the.
side?
It's
Before the park, Manhattan side, or after the park?
It is.
Brooklyn side.
It's by Beverly Road, actually.
Okay,
So, you take the,
so it's after.
Yeah.
so by train you can take the Q
So you
train.
go by the botanical gardens.
Yeah.
And okay.
You take the Q to Beverly Road, and then you come to, it's 14 Durea Place, Delroy's Cafe, and starting at 7 o'clock, we got 4 amazing acts that'll be performing that evening. We got Amelia Blush, we have Anonymous by Nature, Franklin James Fisher, and the Capes. It'll be a nice mix of reggae, blues, funk,
Food.
jazz, food.
And we have Creole cooking.
Yes,
Ah,
made by
why
this lady
we-
right here.
So it's going to be fantastic, and the idea is not only we're going to be there to have fun, but it'll give us a chance to let everyone know what is it that Yes We Can for Progress is doing, and where we want to go with Yes We Can for Progress, and looking for everyone to embrace the idea and work with us.
That's
I
amazing.
have a little something. I was some very goodies.
There's so much more I want to ask you, but
This is where they can find on
oh,
Facebook.
Yes We Can for
Actually, it
Progress.
was Andrew, our architect, who made this little design, and that's
We have to hold it to the camera. That's really cool. And Build a Better Planet. How did you get involved with them?
Because actually, I know Mireille. We volunteer at Women's Press Collective, which is an organization in Brooklyn that promotes independent media, and that's we met each other and found it's,
Yeah, and I
had
have
some
the same passion with SoLe, wanting
Yeah.
to make a difference, not only in your own life, but in the lives of others.
Well, that makes your
And
life
you can
better.
pick that up when you find someone like that, and we've been connecting, and she's been putting hours in doing it. And like I said, I have a very good crew with me. I mean, as board members, and also we have an excellent crew in Haiti. We have a director, which is Emmanuel Montas. He's the director of Yes We Can for Progress and been doing an excellent job. We have a great coordinator, Francine Dimash, great coordinator. And the guys there are really looking to make a difference with Yes We Can for Progress.
Great.
That's
Now, on
amazing.
another side, this is National Animal Cracker Day, and we have like animal cookies today. But we like to know, you're such a wholesome, wonderful, dignified lady, but we like to know about skeletons in the closet. Do you have any like stories from, it could be from when you were a little girl or definitely in the military, anything that you can think of that maybe you know.
The only thing I can say, I mean, being Haiti, we have a very we're sheltered. So one thing I can say, I was extremely sheltered. One cute little thing I remember when I met my boyfriend and became husband, and he would come over to the house. And the funny thing about it is, he would like come on Sunday afternoon about 4 o'clock. He would be coming, and my mother and my grandmother would be up from 5 o'clock in the morning to make sure dinner's ready, so that there will be no interruption. And we'd have a nice living room set up as such. And he would come in. Of course, I couldn't go to the door, open the door. It had to be my mother who would open the door for him. And once he comes, he would sit, by me, and my mother would come and sit right in the middle. And I would have just to sit and listen to the two of them converse the entire time. All I could do was just give a smile. But my mother took over the whole situation. Now it's time for him to go home. Now my dad has to take him home, but they won't let him go take the bus home. So I would go and say, Dad, Shrrunken needs to go home now. He said, okay, of course. And, get him in the car. And who sits in the back? Mireille. And my father and Jean-Claude sits up front. And they'll have their little conversation. And take him home. And I said, okay, bye. See you next weekend.
So when did you two hang out, like, without mommy and daddy?
I think it was wedding night.
Wow. You deserve an animal cookie for that. Wow.
Yeah, wedding night. And the funny thing is, on wedding night after the reception, they took me home with my husband. They took us home. Okay? And everybody knew it was like another party. But I didn't know after the party I'd be staying. I thought I was going back.
Oh, have another cookie.
her mom is watching, by the way.
And so now everybody's going home. I say, oh, I'm not going? He said, no, it's over. Because, the whole court, when we're recording everything, we would go to the movies with my sister, every sister. I mean, I have 8 sisters. And if we're going to the movies, it's like all of us have to go. Everybody goes.
Wow.
So this is the one night I am being left behind.
And you never went back.
But it was great. I had a wonderful husband, and he passed. But I was gifted with a beautiful daughter and a son. I'm very happy. And Yes We Can for Progress is even enriching my life even further.
Yeah.
So it's the Mommy and Me, you said, is
It's Mommy and Me Residence. It's Mama et Moi Residence. The idea behind Mommy and Me Residence is I wanted to have a home where these girls can call home.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Mommy and Me, because you have a lot of girls that, with out of wedlock with children,
Right.
babies. And I feel if it's Mommy and Me, it's gonna be Mommy and Me. There's not gonna be any daddy love. If there's a daddy, then he needs to go and find daddy. But it's Mommy and Me who's raising.
Thank you so
Very
much for
nice.
coming.
Thank you for having me. It's been wonderful. I didn't know what to expect, and
Well, come back anytime, and if you need a stowaway going with you anytime, I do have a passport, and I would love to come.
we will definitely make arrangement, because I have a family that is absolutely fantastic, and they would welcome any visitors that I have.
I'll get dirty. I'll work in the dirt.
That's
Your
fine.
plan,
That's
your
fine.
hobby's planned.
All right, thank you so much. Have one. We'll be back with more on today's ReW WhO.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Are we ever, never, ever, never, ever gonna be free? I guess